Hey, how's it going? And today I just wanted to do a quick update to a tutorial I just did on optionals in the verse programming language. And all I have is just a blank island template. I got a verse device in the scene, and here's the verse code. Now the reason I'm doing this is that I've been going over the documentation carefully, and it doesn't appear that all the documentation is accurate. In the documentation, it says you should be able to assign a value to an optional type with the command with this set. But notice we get this error when we put set in there. As far as I can tell, this set doesn't seem to work. So if you have an optional type and you want to initialize it and assign a value to it, this is how you would do it. You'd have the variable name colon, then the optional, and then whatever type you'd have. It could be an int or whatever common type. Then you put the keyword option, curly brackets, and then whatever data goes inside of here. Just for the heck of it, I could go ahead and let's just change this to an integer. So let's say we'll change it to an integer type. Now I'm going to get an error because this is not an integer, but then I could come in here and type in like 11 or something. See, no errors. So I can change this to a string, and then I'll go back. I'll have to change it to a string type to make it line up, right? So this is a string type. Okay? And now that is how you initialize and assign a value to an optional. Now down here, if you want to access what's inside of the optional container, this is how you do it. You have to come up with a new variable name. Then you can use the colon equals operator or the walrus operator. I just did a tutorial on that. Then we go option container, which is here, and put the query operator after it. One of the things that's interesting about this optional container is that it has to occur in what's called a failure context. And that's unique specifically to this option keyword, these option containers. There's only 6 failure contexts, and this is one of them. And what that means is that the only way to retrieve this value is inside of an if statement. That's all that means. And then once it's retrieved, I can go print, and then we'll see what this says. And it says this is a string type, and that's it. And then what I'll do is I'll just come in here and I'll build my verse code. I'll end my game, hopefully quickly. I'll push those verse changes, and it should only take a second. And then if I go into Fortnite and I go start game, you should see that string print. It'll just be on there for like 4 seconds, so it'll be super quick. It's very anticlimactic. This is a string type. There you go. So anyway, this is just kind of an update on the optional, and I have to keep in mind that perhaps the verse code is changing behind the scenes, and maybe the documentation isn't being fully updated at the same time. I don't know. What I do a lot of times is I just test it myself and see. I just do experiments and see. So if I type in set, it's an error. So what can I say? What can I say? Okay, so anyway, I hope you found this helpful. Take care, have a great day, and I'll talk to you next time.